Hey guys, it's just Peachy. I just wanted to do a little tutorial on how to draw Simba from The Lion King. I've been drawing Lion King characters, and a lot of my own characters are lions for a really long time, and a lot of people have asked me how I kind of, start my just simple heads and how to draw those nice round Lion King looking heads, so I figured I'd do a little tutorial on how to draw Simba. So the first thing that I like to do is I take my pencil tool, and you can do this just like regular paper pencil. You don't have to do it digitally at all. This is just kind of getting your shapes down and how to draw just a little headshot. So I like to draw the circle first. I am one of those people who like to draw the little T, even though it's more of a rough guideline. He has kind of small little eyes. I like to place those first. So I'm just place his little baby eyes. And you can like resize these if you don't think that they're gonna look okay, because sometimes, they get a little weird. I like to draw, he has these two little lines that kind of go from his eyes. A lot of Disney characters in general have these sort of like, I'm just gonna draw these in really quick, these kind of circles around their eyes to give more of like an expression. So towards the top of the circles are kind of like, usually where their eyebrows are. And Lion King characters in particular have these sort of eye markings that go all the way around, and usually it's like dark underneath if they're good characters, or dark on the top if they're more bad characters. So I'm just going to draw those in really quick because, if you don't really know where they are, sometimes it's a little hard to place the markings. So they also have kind of wide bridged noses. So I like to draw the wide bridge first so it kind of shows where the plane in the face is. Alright, so then Simba, for example, has a really kind of fat nose. So if you see, it's kind of a little triangle shape. So if you want to draw like a triangle first, that's totally cool. You can do that. And he's got give a little bit of an eraser there, because nothing is perfect when you're sketching, and you can always go back. So he's got these little nostrils on both sides. That's how Lion King characters usually look. Depending, they can be small or big. My style usually makes them a little bigger than they probably should be. What I like to do is from here, I usually do where the mouth is. So we'll just do a simple mouth, which for most animals, it kind of is another little upside down V shape, and I want to make them smile. So we'll bring the line up. So for the muzzle, it's usually a bunch of circles. If you can picture this as kind of an oval, this as also kind of an oval, and a nice big circle for the chin. So now that those lines are there, it's a lot easier to kind of bring your lines around. And I'll give him a little bit of fur there because he's a little scruffy chin. Go around like that. So there you go. You've got most of his face done. Might fix those lines a little bit later, but first they're not looking too bad. But yeah, so you got the muzzle, you got the eyes, so now it's like where are his cheekbones? So once again, you have more circles, kind of where his cheeks are. Since this is sort of a looking left kind of character, you follow where the eyebrows are. You can kind of go down and out, so it gives a little bit of a cheek puff. So if you kind of know where those eyebrows are, it's usually where the cheeks start, and you kind of bring around where that circle is, and basically you've got most of the head done. Now you can do the ears, which are also kind of big circles. So Lion King lion ears are pretty big. They usually start from where the eyebrow is, so sort of up here, if you want to look on both sides, and they end right under the eye, kind of like over here. So if you want to do just like a big circle to kind of place where you want the ears are, that's totally cool. So they kind of swoop up where the circle is, and then go down and follow that circle line. So you go up and down. And now for the inside of the ears, because they have sort of a little like area, it's kind of hard to describe, a little area where the ear kind of comes up and around and kind of touches the outside of the ear, so you can do that on both sides. And then Lion King characters have sort of an inner ear ring and some inner ear fluff, so I like to draw the little ear fluff, or you can just do a regular line and it's not looking too bad. So I'm gonna actually draw in these eyes again because they're looking a little small for his head. So I'm just gonna erase them and I'm gonna redo them because, hey, it's totally fine to redo things. So I'm gonna make him look a little happy. So I'm just gonna kind of draw like a half circle kind of deal on both sides, kind of almond-ish shapes. And he's gonna be looking up over here. So wherever you want those eyeballs to go, or wherever you want the eyeballs to look, that's totally cool too. And Simba has a little bit of a tuft on his head, so I'm just gonna put some little hairs up there. So it's not looking too bad. I like to make my characters look a little fluffy, so I always like to put little fluff marks everywhere. But that's just my personal style. You don't have to do that. And then I'm just gonna kind of put a little neck in so it doesn't look like a floating head. Still gonna look like a little bit of a floating head, but hey, can't really help it. Alright, so now I'm just going to crop this because it's gonna look a little bit too big of a canvas that I've done. So let me do that. Alright, and you pretty much have the start of a head. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line and color. So I'm going to keep recording through that, and then you can see how the drawing ends up. I might fix a little bit of some stuff because I did this sketch pretty quick, but other than that, I think that's pretty much the base of how you draw Lion King heads. So thank you guys so much.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.